In my viewing of this, there was a mixed crowd. There were some younger people, but there were many more golden age people. And I can see how the trailers of this movie were trying to, appeal to the younger crowd. It was flashy. It was trying to mix in new music with an older story arc. But did it hit its mark? I thought The Great Gatsby was not that great. That's all you got?
Imagine me and you, I do.
I'm certainly glad to see you again.
I think about you day and night. It's only right.
I'm certainly glad to see you as well.
So happy together.
I wish we could just run away.
I've just heard the most shocking thing.
This is my first time through the story of The Great Gatsby, and I can tell you straight up that it hit its acting marks way out of the park. It had really good cinematography, set design, and art direction. Now, were those last two things part of my 5 factors? No. Want my condensed review? Click right here for the condensed review. Otherwise, let's break this movie down. As I said, the acting is terrific. Leonardo DiCaprio proves why he is a movie star with this movie. This is the way he carries himself. This character allows him to showcase that. Joel Edgerton, who is really great in The Warrior, I really like what I'm seeing from this guy. He's got some really good acting chops. Carey Mulligan's character, I'll talk a little bit more as I talk about the story. The story which we see through Tobey Maguire's character. And his acting contributions are more just of like standing on the sidelines and watching the spectacle go on. Okay, I saw this movie in 2D. Now, from what I can understand, this movie was supposed to come out last year, but they postponed it because they wanted to do some upgrades with the 3D or fix it or something like that. And I think that delay is going to hurt the momentum of this movie. But I digress. As I said, the set design is great. The cinematography is pretty good. The art direction, the costumes were really awesome. I liked the aesthetic of this movie. And what didn't work for me was the overuse of CG matting and the fact that some shots and some scenes were shot entirely on a green screen stage, which is not unheard of, but I'm just saying, when I saw those scenes, I saw those shots, it just took me out of it. It was like, that's some nice CG work. You know what I mean? It just takes you out of it. Now, I don't know if that's what the director was going for, but I think you've been able to get the sense of how I really feel about the directing of this movie. So let's talk about the execution of the story. Okay, we start off with Tobey Maguire's character, who's talking to what I'm guessing is a therapist of some kind, and he's telling him about the story. And for the first while, you don't even see Gatsby. They have this really slow build up to him. And it always relates back to Tobey talking to this therapist guy. And about halfway through it, I got like this Fight Club vibe. It was like, wait a minute here. No. Tobey Maguire's character and Gatsby are not the same person. But I got that vibe. I don't know why I did. Because Gatsby is a mysterious character, a recluse with a mysterious background. And it takes a while to get to see him, but when you see him, it's like, oh, that's Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, the camera loves him. I wish I could say the same thing about me. However, it does take a little bit of time to get into the meat of the story. And I feel many people who have low attention spans that can't even watch a 5-minute review will be bored by tears by then. But if you can get past that, the movie is 2 hours, 23 minutes. If you know that sitting down, the last half of the movie, it does have some payoffs. And the soundtrack music choices, it didn't work for me. I think this time around, people are like, Baz, it didn't work. Especially since probably the best song was used in the trailer, but never in the movie. Okay, I'm going to try to wrap this up quickly. Gatsby is trying to reunite with Carey Mulligan's character. Unfortunately, she's already married to Joel Edgerton. Now, seeing that that's a love triangle, you could probably insert every other love triangle cliche into this story. But if you look at it, okay, Joel Edgerton Buchanan is a terrible husband. He's just too in love with women and booze. Yeah, but what one of us guys isn't? Be quiet. And Gatsby's trying to reunite with her because they once had a fling and now he's trying to come back into her life. Lastly, the way Gatsby goes about acquiring his fortune is not elaborated too much in this movie, but it's hinted that and it's suggested that he got it through unhonorable means. There was really nothing in his character that made him an honest person, except for maybe some of his wartime service. But to quote Master Yoda,
"Wars not make one great."
So overall, despite some decent production values, The Great Gatsby wasn't all that great. Alright, if you've liked what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. You can't be charged for abusing yourself, can you? If that were the case, I think most of us guys would be guilty. God, you're gonna blow on your... That hurts.